Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is your reading for the week of July 12th through the 18th. My name is Kate, and this is the Starseed Report. We're going to do a Celtic Cross. We have oracle cards where we have a clarifying deck right here, and we're going to look at your energy. I have been shuffling for a bit, dropping the cards left and right as usual. So we will get right into it. Judgment. Ooh. That's the energy you are coming in with. Oh my gosh, the Star, Aries, the Emperor for the basis of the reading. Oh my stars, that is stunning. What is going on? Major Arcana for every single thing. Oh my stars. I swear to God, I have been shuffling. What is going on? What is going on? This is all major arcana. Is this going to be the biggest week ever for you? I'm in shock because this has not happened before. Judgment is you. The Star is around you. Basis of the reading is Emperor. The Wheel of Fortune in your past, the World as a potential, the Devil in your immediate future. Oh, good. Negative feelings. We actually have a non-major arcana card, a minor arcana card, 10 of Wands in your negative feelings. And we have the Knight of Pentacles in your external factors. And you have the Empress in your hopes and wishes. And the Three of Wands is our outcome. Holy moly. And another major arcana on the bottom of the deck. Bear with me. I have to count because I've never seen this before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I probably just should have counted the minor arcana, but I'm just so drawn to the fact that you have so much major arcana coming out for you in a weekly reading. What is going on? This is a pivotal week for you. We have a new moon coming up. And I did do a new moon all signs reading. That'll be posted on the 11th on Saturday morning. I think it's scheduled. Wow. Let's walk through it all. Judgment. Judgment is the second to the last card in the major arcana, which I always say when I'm explaining judgment, but you've got major arcana everywhere. And this is my experience with judgment. Judgment is about making judgment calls. It's about understanding the journey that you've been on, and you are there. This is you in this reading. You understand the journey that you have been on. You understand what it all means. You're connecting all of the dots as you're looking backwards, and you're in judgment, and you have the World, which is the last card, as successful completion in your potentials here. We got to get through this guy, though. Not my favorite card in the world. The Star is the energy around you. This is a card of wish fulfillment, of taking your wishes, make a wish upon a star, but then lasso that star and bring it down to earth. It is getting attention, people around you noticing who you are and what you do and what you bring to the table. It is just a sweet energy. Really sweet energy. It is a card of Aquarius. And Aquarius is your 11th house in your chart. If you are an Aries rising, or if you're a moon, it's 11th from your moon, or if it's your sun, it's your 11th from your sun. And this is wish fulfillment, and that is the wish fulfillment house. This is the energy around you. The basis of this reading is about you becoming the emperor of your life, being the ruler of your life, being the king of kings, you calling all the shots, you being the authority of your life, you making a wish and it gets fulfilled and you don't have to work at it. This is the basis of this reading. That is what this week is bringing you. It is bringing you emperor status. Absolutely stunning energy. And then on the bottom of the deck, we got the Temperance card. And temperance is about alchemy. It's about turning a negative into a positive, turning base metal into gold, turning water into wine. It's also a card of patience. It's a card of not having to push, not having to strive, not having to do anything, because you trust the alchemical nature of the universe to take care of it for you. And as the Emperor, what else do you expect? Wow. All right, recent past, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So the wheel recently turned in your favor. You have a sense of what is unfolding for you right now, Aries, because this is in your recent past. My Aries friend has kind of been through it in the fall. Went through a lot of stuff, and then he started making some decisions about what it is that he wanted, and everything just started to fall into place. And I feel like that's happening for you too. It's happening for Aries energy. He's got like a stellium in Aries, so whenever I think about Aries, that's why I always go to him. And making some of those decisions and getting through that tough time, now you're in your lucky time, and I think you know that because this is in your recent past. And you're starting to understand all of the things that have led up to this being your lucky time. You're feeling really good. You're getting wishes fulfilled. You understand the journey. You're feeling lucky. You're feeling on top of the world. And you know that everything that was challenging to you is actually transforming into a really positive experience for you. We have the Devil in our immediate future. Look at him. He's so sparkly. All right, so he's the tempter. He's the king of seduction. He is trying to get you to give up your power. So here's the thing. You know you're lucky. You know you are in a place where things have started to finally work out for you. And so now ego steps in and you're like, oh, well, I'm lucky now because look at everything I went through. And so now you're feeling lucky and you're feeling like you could take any risks because you're feeling in your power as the Emperor. And now this person is coming in to tempt you away from that, tempt you to give up some of that authority and some of that agency that you have discovered. And he's like, oh, but I can give you even more if you'll only do this thing. I'm going to tell the story that I have about this guy. I've told it on the channel before, but I literally pulled this exact card out of the deck. I got a job offer. The job offer was more money than I had ever made before in my life. And the base salary was excellent, not more than I had ever made, but the bonus structure was amazing. But I had to give up something in order to take this job. And I told myself it would be fiscally irresponsible for me to not do this. At least, even if it only lasts a couple of years, I'm going to do this. And then I went to my decks, my trusty decks, and I pulled that exact card. And I gave up my power because it wasn't a job I really wanted to do. And I had there were some questionable things about the company. And I gave away my power. And I got bound to this jerk for 2 years, and I never got my bonuses. The more I stayed there, I should have just left as soon as I realized it was not the right place for me. I should have just left. It would have been the right answer for me to do at that time, but I didn't because I was bound. I was like, okay, how am I going to handle this and how am I going to handle that? And this, I need to at least try to ride this out. But I really, in retrospect, wish I had, as soon as I recognized it. I didn't recognize it at first, though, because this is so seductive. It sounds like the right thing to do. Everything about it seems like it's the right thing to do. It seems like it's going to solve all of your problems. And this is coming in. I think it's coming in because you are in such a powerful position. And when you are in a powerful position, that is when the test comes in to see if you're willing to give up your power or not. So we want to stay in our power, recognize this temptation that's coming in our immediate future, and say no to that guy. Because it's much better to be this guy. And that's the basis of this reading. That is what Spirit is telling you to do, to stay in this energy as the Emperor. And when this guy shows up, kick him to the curb. In your negative feelings, you have the 10 of Wands. This is moving on, but you've got a lot of stuff. You're taking all of the things that you've learned, your experiences, and all of your stuff, and you're moving on. I think you are making some moves, and maybe there's some things that we need to let go of just to make this journey a little bit easier. And that's why this is coming up in your negative feelings. There's just some stuff. Now, the negative feelings can be fears. You're holding on to a lot of stuff, and you're trying to make this big move. And there's all this stuff, and the devil could be the person coming in saying, oh, I'll help you with all that stuff. And I think you just need to let some stuff go, and don't let this guy try to seduce you into thinking he's going to solve the problem of the stuff that you have. Now, I don't think you're done here. Even though we have the world as a potential, and the world is the completion of a major cycle, there is so much stuff that you have here. It could be the completion. This is in your potentials position, and you are in judgment energy, and the next progression is this. You could be finding successful conclusion to a long journey, to a major journey in your life. This is a potential. It's not here. I kind of wish that guy, I wish I could have switched those places, but the cards come how the cards come. In your external factors, you have the Knight of Pentacles, which is slow and steady, wins the race. It is the slowest moving knight. It is movement, but it's building a solid foundation. There are aspects of this experience in your external world that are building a solid foundation for you that is going to lead you into the future, and it's going to set you up for just a much more adventurous life, because whatever's happening in your external environment that's giving you this sense of solidity, your outcome is the Three of Wands, which is the adventure card. It's people helping other people, but it's also a card of adventure. She's standing on the shoreline looking out at the sea with her surfboard, and she's considering going out there. She's poised to go out there and ride some waves, but she has to leave that ground, that stable ground behind in order to have the adventures and go off into the hopefully not shark-infested waters. She doesn't know, though. But you're poised for adventure. This is the outcome. Now, in your hopes and wishes, you have the Empress. You are sort of in your Emperor energy. That's the basis of this reading. Now, when both of these guys come out in a singular reading, we could be talking about a relationship coming in. This is in your hopes and wishes, though. The Emperor is the authority, and this is much more, you're trying to birth a new life. That's what it is. This is magical birth. She's pregnant with a world, and it is the world that she intuitively knows is the world for her. As you see the moon up here, and it's tracing down to the world that she is birthing. I think you really want a new experience. So this is something you desire. And when you desire, it's very easy for this Yahoo to come in and try to promise that to you. And you need to stay in your Emperor energy to bring in Empress energy in order for that to stay in your power. Because if this guy comes in and says, oh, I can help you have that magical experience of a whole new life, you give up your power to him, you might get this, but it's not going to feel magical. It's going to be a facade. It reminds me of that Frank Zappa quote about how democracy will exist in as long as the puppet masters keep the curtains up, but as soon as it's not expedient for them to keep the curtains up and make everything seem so wonderful, the curtains will come down and you'll see the brick walls behind the curtains in the theater. That, you know, freedom is really just a theater, and there's forces at work that kind of control the world. That's like all this guy energy. And he puts up the curtains, and he puts up everything that makes it look like it's absolutely wonderful and beautiful and everything that you want. But then eventually the curtains come down, and we don't want the curtains to come down with this. We want this. This is what you really want. So don't let this guy tempt you into thinking that he can give that to you. If anything, the Emperor is going to help you find your Empress more than anything else, as long as you stay in your power. Everything is working out in your favor. This is a very, very powerful reading with that guy sitting in the middle of it. It's almost comical that you would be so in your power and then some force. Of course, when you're in your power, that's when the guy comes in to tempt you to give up your power. The only reason you would give up your power is for something you desire or something that you fear. So these two cards are the key to defeating him. Claiming this so that it's not a hope or a wish, and bringing it in so that it's more of a basis kind of thing, that anything you desire is a part of you. The desire is not outside of you. The desire is within you. You are projecting your desire into the external world, which is how this guy gets his power. So you need to take this energy and embody it. You need to take this energy and emperorize it, if that's even a word. We need to put our emperor energy on making good decisions about what we carry forward and what we leave behind as we are moving forward. Because this is your fears or negative feelings, and I put fears and negative feelings. You are fearing or having negative feelings about this movement and carrying a lot of things forward. And so with the negative feelings, that's the only time this guy has power, is when you are projecting something out into the world, and then some force comes in and says, oh, I'll solve it for you. But if you realize that everything is really you pushed out, you claim this. You claim your emperorness. Because the emperor is the king of kings. He's the king of cups. He's the king of swords. He's the king of pentacles. He's the king of wands. He's the emperor of it all. He is the authority figure. And so embody the solutions. Let's pull some oracle cards and see how they play out. Imagine. Yeah, I'm going to put that right next to the emperor. Every little niggling thing that might be affecting you, we are going to imagine as the emperor the solution. That helps us embody the Empress. And we've got the never-ending story. All right, well, with never-ending story coming out, I feel like this experience has... I don't think this is a new experience. I feel like the devil has shown up before. And you know exactly how the story goes. It happens every time. Life is like that. It's a spiral. And we come back to the same temptations, and we come back to the same decision points multiple times in order to make the decision again or change the way we make the decision. But that's how it works. We're just coming back to the same position, the same decision point. But I think you're going to make the right decision because you are so powerful in this reading. I think you are going to come forward making the decision that is right for you. And of course, wait, I'm with the other deck. Of course, you are the only one that can make that decision. You are the only one that is you, Aries. And what a reading. Wow. If we get more major arcana, I'm going to flip out. We'll see what's coming forth. Let's pull a card on... Let's pull a card on the devil. What is the temptation that's coming forward? Oh, that's falling out. 7 of Cups. Okay. Optionality. That is a card of being spoiled for choice, of having too many things to choose from. Which thing are you going to choose? So you're really in a position of power with all of this energy flowing this way, with all this major arcana. You're in a very, very big position of power. And I think there might be a little greediness in your energy. That's okay. It's okay. That's not a judgment. No shade. I've been in greedy. I used to invest in crypto. I've been on the crypto roller coaster many, many times. Finally got out at the perfect time. This is being really, really in your power. And the devil is coming in saying, I've got the real power for you, and giving you the options of having all of it. But you need to know who you really are, and you need to know your energy and stay in your energy, and just be really careful of greed. Be careful of something that seems too good to be true. Because the message of the 7 of Cups is that there is one cup that is the right choice, but you're spoiled for choice, and you have to decide which is the one right thing for you. And I think the one right thing for you is to just stay in your power. So this to me is, it just feels like with the devil, it feels like greed. So 7 deadly sins, right? And he's bringing one of them. So I just feel like it's greed, because when you have like like in the crypto markets of long ago, things would just like fly up on the elevator. They would say elevator up, or no, it was escalator up and elevator down. So things would just go up on an escalator. It wasn't taking the stairs. It was definitely just flying up. And you just get this greed factor of like, it's going to go to infinity. And of course it never does. That there's always a crash, but it gets this really bizarre feeling. And I felt it. It's cool when you see greed come in and you feel greed, because if you can separate yourself from it and just examine the feeling and put the emotion on the outside of you so that you can see what are the aspects of greed. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What is the allure of it? And you take it outside of yourself and really examine what that is. Because, I mean, this is kind of a crypto-y kind of reading, because you're like, wow, in your power, everything's going right. And then it's like this, and it could go even more right type of energy. And you have to stay in your energy and not let the temptation to have it all. It just feels like greed to me. All right, let's see, what else do we have? The Hermit. Well, here's more major arcana. The Hermit is definitely the solution to the devil, because he has the spiritual wisdom. And this is a card of Virgo energy, going up to the mountaintop to getting the spiritual wisdom and bringing it back down and sharing it with everyone else. But this is being in contemplation. And I would just leverage the Hermit energy, because the Hermit energy is something that informs the Emperor and allows the Emperor to stay in his power. All right, let's pull one more clarifier, and then we will get a couple. Where are my tea leaves? There they are. And we are getting the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. You've got a lot of wish fulfillment around you with the Star. You've got, geez. This might be one of the best readings for anyone that I've ever done with all of this major arcana. It's just that Devil. It's like things are going so well. Things are going so well. And then this temptation comes in. But the good thing about a temptation is how you handle it. If you handle it well, it solidifies you into this Emperor energy. It solidifies everything that you want, and you master everything and have everything, and you get your wishes fulfilled. But it's how you respond to the temptation as it comes in. You know, this is also, it reminds me too of, you know, you've probably known rich kids that trust fund babies. I've had a few who have been friends, one who managed it so well, and many who did not. The kids who had the Amex Black card, and then they get addicted to drugs because they didn't earn it. I think you earned this, honestly, but there's just the sense of having so much and getting so much and getting all of your wishes fulfilled, that there's this, yeah, but what's it really feel like type of thing that Devil energy brings in. All right, let's get some tea leaf cards and see if there's any clarifications. What else can I say? This reading is intense. Dissatisfaction with life. All right, that's something you need to watch out for, because again, dissatisfaction leads to temptation. So if you are feeling dissatisfaction or not feeling like having it all is enough for you, that's when the temptations can come in. All right, and we've got Tower, solid foundation, success with effort. I think you've already got that. I think you've already created the success, because I'm not seeing a lot of hard work here. I'm seeing gathering of resources. I see a solid foundation. I see turning bad things into good things. Gong, an exciting event. Let's put that next to the wheel. How's that? Something exciting is happening for you, something really great. And we've got another wish fulfillment card. So there's 3 wish fulfillment cards out for you now. 9 of Cups, Wishbone, and the Star. I'm going to leave you right here, Aries, because if I have to pull another positive card on you or see the Devil again, yeah, I'm done. I hope you're done too. We do have a new moon reading coming out on Saturday the 11th, and possibly, probably going live on Sunday morning to do personal readings. If you are interested, just subscribe to the channel. You'll get notified. And I'm just going to say, boom. If you're going to claim this reading, like the video, drop me a heart down below, because best reading I've done, I think, for anyone ever in my life. And I've been doing this for 30 years. I've never seen this many major arcanas come out for anyone ever. Beautiful.